Are you a new or returning player in Honkai Star Rail and can't figure out how to deal any type of damage? Well, do not worry. wtfmikxy is here to teach you everything that you need to know to double or even triple your damage. Okay, so the very first thing that I want to go over is team compositions. Now, the reason why team compositions is the very first thing I want to go over is because this is a very crucial thing. So as you guys may have noticed on my screen here, I have a level 70 Kafka, a level 70 Lynx, a level 70 Black Swan, and a level 80 Ruan Mei. And the reason why this is a great team comp is because this is the damage over time team comp. Now, building a team composition will take you a lot of time, especially if you're just starting out. But what you want to do basically is pair units that work well together. So for example, this is why team composition matters so much. So there is a very good reason why you may have heard that Black Swan and Kafka work very well together. And that's because one of Kafka's bonus abilities called Torture, when the ultimate is used, enemy targets will now receive damage immediately from all currently applied DOT sources, instead of just receiving damage immediately from the currently applied shock state. So this actually pairs really well with Black Swan, and I'm about to show you why. Black Swan is one of the best units to run with Kafka because she's a Nihility character that has her own DOT called Arcana. Now this Arcana will deal damage over time. Now Arcana is a special ability that Black Swan possesses that basically will deal damage over time. And as I said before, Black Swan's bonus ability Torture will help Arcana from Black Swan deal way more DOT damage. So I'm about to show you guys how team comps work really well together and how certain characters should be paired with other characters. Alright guys, so with Black Swan, I'm going to apply Arcana effect by using her ability. And then after that, my Ruan Mei, she increases break efficiency and also boosts damage. So we're going to do that here right now. I would also like to let you guys know that Harmony units are some of the best units in Honkai Star Rail. Also, in my opinion, the key to dealing more damage is Harmony units. Units like Ruan Mei, Sparkle, Bronya, Tingyun. All these units are really good units to help you get an edge on your gameplay to deal more damage. So with that said, we're just going to attack with Lynx real quick, because she's my healer. But as you saw there, my Kafka triggered her follow-up attack and did extra Ruan Mei break effect damage. And now the reason why Ruan Mei is really good in this team comp is because she provides break efficiency. And what you just saw there was a break effect from Ruan Mei's ability plus Kafka's follow-up ability. Now I'm about to show you guys right now why Black Swan and Kafka work so well together. And I'm going to show you how Kafka triggers Black Swan's Arcana. So if we go ahead and use Kafka's ability here, you see that green damage that popped up? That was Black Swan's Arcana. Now, as you guys just saw, Kafka with Ruan Mei dealt extra damage together, and also Black Swan with Kafka dealt extra damage together. This is why pairing units together is very important in Honkai Star Rail to deal more damage. I'll show you guys another example. So let's use Ruan Mei's ult here. That blue and green damage was Ruan Mei and Black Swan dealing damage together. So as I'm popping Kafka's ultimate, you're about to see a lot of damage. You see all that damage? That's from all these characters working together. And that right there is why team compositions are super important in Honkai Star Rail. Also, another thing that you could do is that if you get a new character like a limited 5-star or maybe a standard 5-star, you can see what team comps work with them. And the way you can see is going to websites like game8.co that have valuable information about your characters and teams. Now going into your damage characters specifically, character light cones are very important to dealing more damage. Now it's not really about the fact that leveling up your light cone will boost your attack, your defense, and your HP. It's more of the passives that these light cones provide. Now, it is very important to understand that light cones only work with specific character paths. So, for example, something irreplaceable will not work on Himiko, because Himiko is a path with erudition. With that said, I have Clara's light cone something irreplaceable for Clara. It increases the wearer's attack by 24%. Whenever the wearer defeats an enemy or is hit, immediately restores HP equal to 8% of the wearer's attack. At the same time, the wearer's damage is increased by 24% until the end of their next turn. See, that is massive for Clara. This right here will literally double or triple Clara's attack. Now, for example, if you're not like me and you're not fortunate and have Clara's light cone with Clara, there is still something you can do to boost your damage. So I'm going to be teaching you two different things that you could do so that we can improve your damage with different light cones that aren't the character's 5-star light cone. The first way is if you go to enhance, you could go under superimpose. Now, what is a superimpose, you ask? So a superimpose is basically when you get duplicates of a certain light cone. So for example, I got 3 duplicates of this light cone, making it a superimposed 3. And if I were to get another superimposed light cone, as you can see here, This current light cone says it increases the damage dealt by the wearer by 30%. The wearer also deals an extra 30% of damage to enemies whose current HP percentage is equal to or higher than the wearer's current HP percentage. And if I superimpose this percentage of 30 will go up to 35%. So this is a perfect example of how you can take 4-star light cones, superimpose them, and have your characters deal even more damage. So as for the second thing that you can do that is also very easy and will help boost your character's damage is Herta's Simulated Universe. So over here in Herta's Simulated Universe, she provides point rewards every week that reset bi-weekly. And as you can see here, this thing called Herta's Bond is very key to boosting your character's damage. So if you do these bi-weekly, you will get enough Herta Bonds and you can actually get light cones from them. So if you play the Simulated Universe at least a couple times a week, you will get Herta Bonds so that we can get free light cones. And these are 5 stars, by the way. So for me personally, if I didn't have Clara's light cone or I didn't want to use a 4-star light cone, I could go to Herta's store and purchase On the Fall of an Eon, which is a 5-star light cone. And its passive is absolutely insane. Whenever the wearer attacks, their attack is increased by 8% in this battle. This effect can stack up to 4 times. After a character inflicts weakness break effect on an enemy, the wearer's damage increases by 12% for 2 turns. This is an absolute unit of a light cone. And you know what? As a matter of fact, just for the sake of this video, I'm going to give you guys a perfect example of something even more insane. You see this superimposer that Herta offers you? Not many people actually talk about this. I'm about to show you why this thing is insane. So say if I went ahead and purchased the On the Fall of an Ion, as I got that light cone, I'm going to go ahead and buy a superimposer. Now hold on, let me cook. All right, guys, so remember how I told you about superimposing? Watch this. I just superimposed the light cone I got from Herta for basically free. This is nuts. And oh my god, I could do it again. You could do it again and again. And you guys could do it multiple times and make this free 5-star light cone a superimposed level 5. And that's what I'm talking about when I mean we could deal more damage. Also at the Priceless Jewels shop at the Forgotten Hall or Pure Fiction, you could also gain more light cones for your characters. Another cool thing is that in the Forgotten Hall and in Pure Fiction, you could actually buy light cones from there. So if you come here, for example, you can enter Priceless Jewels and then actually buy more light cones. So here, I'm going to buy 2 of these. I'm going to buy 2 extra light cones. I'm going to superimpose my Black Swan's light cone. So we're going to go to Black Swan. Go to Nihility. Enhance. Go to Superimpose. Boom, boom. Superimpose this twice. Bam. Now we got to Superimposition 3. When the wearer inflicts a debuff on an enemy, gains a stack of Trick. Every stack of Trick increases the wearer's damage dealt by 8%, stacking up to 3 times. This effect lasts for 1 turn. When the wearer's effect hit rate is 80% or higher, increases attack by 28%. That's a lot of damage. There's another thing that you can do to boost your stats during those fights that you cannot beat. If you go over here to synthesize, you have a whole bunch of recipes that make food. For example, this disposable kinetic arm, which upon use increases attack of all allies by 325 and crit rate by 12% for the next battle. So if you need that extra boost to get over that opponent, you can use this and that way you'll win. There's also different consumables for different things like defense and all that, but we won't get quite into that because this is an attack boost video. Going into more of the character, if you go over to traces, you could actually level up their traces. Like right here, this stat bonus will give Akron extra attack boost. Up here, we have extra lightning boost because Akron is a lightning character. And over here, we have crit damage boost. So upgrading your trace tree is a big way to leveling up your characters as well and gain more attack boost. Just like light cones and superimposing them, you could get duplicates of characters called Eidolons. So for the sake of this being a more free-to-play friendly guide and to cater to every single player, we won't be getting into Eidolons that much. Going into the relics and ornaments side of things, these are basically artifacts if you're a Genshin Impact player that help improve your character's stats overall. Now matching these specific relics and ornaments will boost different various things depending on which character you're trying to build. So starting off with the relics here, as you can see for my Clara, I have a 4-piece set of Champions of Streetwise Boxing. Now a 2-piece set of this will increase your physical damage by 10%, but a 4-piece will do after the wearer's attack or is hit, their attack increases by 5% for the rest of the battle. This effect can stack up to 5 times. Okay, so for this example, I'm going to show you why Clara is a really strong unit with that relic set. So as I read before, when Clara gets attacked, it helps that relic perform better. So we're going to activate her ultimate here. And we're just going to basically attack everything and let her get attacked. So let's just attack real quick. And now see, ready, watch. You see all that damage that just happened? That's because that relic set caters to Clara as a character. And the reason why I rock a 4-piece is because after she's hit 5 times, it will stack up to 5% 5 different times, equaling to 25%. So for Clara, this will help her deal a lot more damage. So now going into the ornament side of things, the reason why I have the 2-piece of Sal Soto is because it increases her crit rate by 8%. And when the wearer's current crit rate reaches 50% or higher, the wearer's ultimate and follow-up attack damage increases by 15%. Now, the reason why I chose this for Clara is because when her ultimate is activated, her attack will increase by 15%. So this is insane because in her passive of the Champion of Streetwise Boxing, when she's attack, her attack percentage increases. And then with her ornaments, her attack will increase by 50% where her ultimate is activated. And that's not all. If we look at the different types of paths that each character has, for your DPS character, you want to match the path with your ornament sphere. So in my Sal Soto sphere, I have physical damage boost, which matches Clara's element, which leads to more damage. Now we can even get more specific to deal even more damage. So inside your relic or ornament sets, you're given a main stat and some substats. Within these stats, there's different things you can get like crit rate, break effect, crit damage, attack percentage. And now all these things will help your characters deal more better damage. Some of these stats aren't good for your specific character, so there's different build guides out there to show you. Now, if you're having trouble dealing more damage with your character builds or your team builds, I have a community Discord in the comment section down below or the link in the bio, and I have a bunch of members in my community or I myself that can help you out. I have a whole chat dedicated just for this purpose. All these easy steps and you'll be dealing double or even triple the amount of damage in no time. And if you're new, make sure you smash the subscribe button down below so you can find your way back to the channel. And if there's a tip that you could give another player that could help them out, drop a comment down below. My name is wtfmikxy. Peace.